My name is Sam Bergen-Gonsalves. I live in the London Borough of Greenwich with my husband and my 2 children. We are a pilot family in the Greenwich Pathfinder, trialling out the new single plan. I see it as a really exciting time to try new ways of working. It's really important to me that this work is done with us as a family, and that every opportunity for everybody to be really person-centred in the process is very important. So welcome to Shane's Wiki. So I'll just show you how easy it is to log in to my son's Wiki. We have a username, and obviously for all young people with disabilities they will have their own personal username for their Wiki, and some young people like to use pictures as their password. So they also have that option. It has 6 main sections, and for all young people with disabilities that can be really personal to them. So when we're thinking about person-centred planning, it's really important that we give each person the opportunity to choose what is really important to them and their life and how it affects them, and therefore create their own headings for each section. We have Shane in the middle because we believe, Shane should be at the centre of everything we do, obviously as a family, but also for everybody who's working with Shane, his circle of support, his therapists, his teachers, etc. So we have a nice picture of Shane in the middle to remind everyone Shane is the centre of everything we do. I'll just give you a little tour on our family. I think this is a really important section.
This is Mummy and Shane reading a book. This is Daddy and Shane relaxing on the sofa. This is me, Daniel, the artist.
Hit the ball. Hit the ball, Shane. Hit the ball. Yeah. Looking at the colours, Shane.
Shane uses the Makaton sign from brother to mean Daniel. If Shane does this sign and I am not around, please tell him where I am.
This is a really, really valuable piece of information. As I explained earlier, Shane has a really strong bond with his brother. If he's at school and he signs and somebody ignores him and doesn't respond to him, he can bang his head. And if he signs again and he's still not being listened to, he may throw himself on the ground. Then I'm being told he's got challenging behaviour, when actually what's happened is the person who's supporting Shane is not understanding his communication. All Shane wanted was somebody to say, Daniel's not here at the moment, he's at school, and he would have carried on with his day with no problem. Having the videos on the Wiki means that both the music therapist and the speech therapist can share their practice and their workings with Shane, and afterwards reflect and look at the videos and really see what is actually working for Shane. I must admit we were very excited as a family when we received this footage from school. Shane is following a MOVE programme, which is Movement Opportunities via Education, and one thing he was working on with the class was how to pivot, and they transferred that skill into a functional task with him independently being able to bring his own snack to the table, which is a really big achievement for Shane. We weren't doing that at home, and when I saw the video we immediately thought, wow, we can try this at home. So although I believe I'm the expert on Shane, I'm also learning from other professionals, and they gave us some really valuable information on what Shane is able to achieve, and now we are also doing that at home with Shane and giving him his bowl and making him take his own snack to the table and transferring and having consistency. Consistency at home and at school means that Shane has a much better opportunity to perfect skills which are really going to help him in his adult life.
Please please take care to put his AFOs on correctly so they don't rub. This is very sore for Shane and he could get blisters.
Well, after all, we got to stand tall. It's on the bank of something to the way. Say what you say, I just sail away. She can't stand me, but I miss her face. I feel like drowning in blood.
Having this video on the Wiki has had a huge impact on Shane's life. Prior to this, every now and again he would get a blister. And if Shane gets a blister, he can't wear his AFOs. If he can't wear his AFOs, he can't walk. If he can't walk, he's not independent. And also he can suffer with severe constipation. And if it gets really, really bad, he can end up in hospital. Since we've had this video on Shane's Wiki for 2 years, we have not had one blister. If ever he comes home from school and his splints are slightly undone, I immediately send an email into class. All the learning support assistants get a quick retrain in 2 minutes. It only takes 2 minutes to look at this video. They're not waiting for the visiting physio who may only come twice a week. So it has really had a benefit, not only for Shane but for the staff to feel confident that they're looking after him correctly. One good thing about the Wiki, you can see there I've got Shane's visual impairment report. We're able to keep in one place all of Shane's therapy reports, his medical reports, his annual review, his transition plan, his feeding plan, his behaviour plan. His single plan is even now on the Wiki, and it's really, really useful because I sometimes feel by the time you're 15, Shane's 15 now, you almost need a double extension to your house just to store the paperwork that you build up over the years. Now having it all in one place means that I'm not rummaging through papers when, say, a new professional wants to make reference to a report relating to Shane. Through creating the Wiki as a family, you know, and gathering pictures and having time afterwards to just reflect and look at Shane's life, it has helped us to really think about our future goals and aspirations for Shane. Just before Shane was 14, we knew his transitions review was coming up. And we knew this was a really important review for Shane and for us as a family, because we would be thinking and starting to plan for Shane's future. Prior to this, I was getting apprehensive and worried that people who would be involved in the planning and helping us make decisions would only be looking at pieces of paper, would only be focusing on Shane's disabilities, on the things he needs help with, and not focusing on Shane as a person. First and foremost, Shane is a 15-year-old young man. He just happens to have some additional needs. And when I learned about the RIC Centre and Wikis, I was really excited because I saw, here's my opportunity to create something, to share with the people at the meeting about Shane and his life, and hopefully through looking at the videos and photographs and analysing Shane in different settings, they would get a feel for his personality, and then the type of planning that I want for my son would happen. So I thought I would give it a go at home with Shane to teach him how to operate his Wiki, and I thought it would be really good if at his review he could come and he could show his life himself.
Shane. Good boy. I sit down. Shane, you ready for shower for Shane? For shower for Shane. Shower for Shane. Good boy. Good boy, Shane.
Shane managed to stay at his annual review for 35 minutes. At key transition points in young people's life, new professionals suddenly become involved. They have never met your child. So on this occasion, new professionals not only got to see and have access to Shane's Wiki and get a really good picture of him, but also to meet Shane. Prior to this, Shane wouldn't have been there. They would not have met him, and they would be making decisions purely based on pieces of paper. I'm very keen to kind of explore how multimedia can feed into that, and how we can involve, through multimedia, Shane's whole circle of support, so that when we set outcomes, that they're true life outcomes, and that everything we're doing is helping Shane towards a more independent life. Shane's brother Daniel is a really key person in his circle of support, and we always try and involve him in everything, and we ask his opinion. So when we were thinking about setting life outcomes for Shane, we asked Shane's brother what he thought.
What's important to Shane in the future? To live with us at home, to see his friends, to be able to walk, to learn new skills and to go on holidays with us. Actually, it's just what I want to do, only Shane needs everyone's help for this to happen.